Hello Internet, welcome back to Cataclysm tutorial series. Last episode we raided a gun shop, which did reveal some more of the map to us. However, it being dark, we never talked about map radius and things. You'll see that we have quite a large section around us. We can see all the way down here to this military helipad, which I've never seen in the game before. Probably a precursor to them adding helicopters to the game, yeah, we'll see when that happens. Probably sometime around F, maybe before 0.F. But anyway, we can see all the way down here. And the reason for that is because, one, we've traveled down here a bit when we were looting and picking up stuff from the forest. But also because we did so during the daylight hours. And when you move at daylight, you have a larger vision radius around you. So we went up here to this gun shop. And even though it was relatively bright, we only saw a little bit of a radius around. You'll see we only saw 3 or 4 tiles on the map. And that's because it was dark. If we had gone up here during the daylight, we would have revealed a much larger radius around that location that would have shown us more of the town. But because it was nighttime, we can't see as far, so we can't see what's out there. Additionally, there are certain items in the game that increase your vision radius. If you have a pair of binoculars either worn or in your inventory, you will see a much larger radius. I'm not sure how much larger exactly, but it is much larger, noticeably larger. And then additionally, traveling up on a Z level, we never went on the roof here. We don't have a pry tool, so I'm not going to bother. But we could get in here, you know, if I grab, we'll just go up, because we might as well look at the roof anyway. Probably has solar panels on it, which would be good. So we'll grab the home wrecker and we'll just break the door down, because it doesn't really matter. So we'll smash this door open. Oh, were you sleeping? Oh, I'm sorry, Lyle Darden. It's okay, my friend. It's cool. Hey, my dude, can I get through? Sure, go back to bed. My bad. Didn't mean to wake you up. Anyway, there's a ladder. Most evac shelters, or all evac shelters, have a little cubby somewhere that you can go up to the roof. So we'll head up here. We'll see what's up here. Really nothing. Some booze, a standing tank with nothing in it, and some solar panels. We can deconstruct these for solar panels, which we can then put on a vehicle to gather solar energy, which we definitely will do in the future, but at the moment is not a real concern. But the higher your Z level, the more your radius is revealed around you. You'll see it looks a bit peculiar. This is because we're on the next highest level of the map, so it's showing us all locations that have a second floor. If we go up again, we can't see anything. We've never been that high. So these all these buildings has second floors. Interesting. Oh, it's the roof. Yeah, some of these will be roofs of buildings, pavilion roof, arcade roof, clothing store roof. Roofs are a good place to look for solar panels when you're kind of hurting for solar panels. If you can't find solar vehicles, we have not found one yet. We have not seen a solar vehicle in the game, except for I think street sweepers are technically pure electric vehicles, but so if you're looking for solar panels, check the roofs. They often have solar panels on shops and evac shelters, like I said. But the higher your Z level, which is, again, verticality, so the higher you go, let's say we climb a tower, we will have a much larger vision radius revealed around us. So if we go down, you'll see, even though we've never really been on the second floor before, this has revealed a huge area to us. And I believe that it is centered around the evac shelter. So this is purely from climbing up here. We would have seen everything in this area. So climbing Z levels, when you see them, if you find a tower, you might as well climb the tower because it will give you more vision. So what are we going to do? Really nothing we can do. We can't continue our vehicle work. We could head out and loot some more. But again, we've looted all the stuff in the area that really interests me. If we came out, we would just continue looting houses. Motels are not good. Bars, not really necessary. Landfills, pretty pointless. Grocery store could be fine, but it's up by the gun shop where we set off an alarm, so I don't really want to go up there. Yeah, restaurants and grocery stores, some value to them, but not really what I'm interested in. Clothing shops, not at all. Really nothing in this town I care about. We would like to get eyes on the rest of the town, but we would have to head up there during the daylight to get a better vision radius. We could go up there. Our health is okay. We're not tired. Why don't we go up there? We haven't really explored lately. We've been doing a lot around the base, I think. Last time we explored was the baseball diamond, which I complained about too much. Trying not to complain so much. Part of why I'm taking a break from YouTube, for the most part, was to kind of calm down and stop being frustrated all the time. which has been helpful. Let's just eat some calories since we are normal weight again. Nobody likes grapefruit. Nobody. If you're out there and you're like, I like grapefruit, you're a liar. Nobody likes it. It's terrible and bitter and horrible, and you only eat it because it's got basically no calories. And I don't know why people. I guess it's good for you, but things that are good for you are terrible. Drink some mineral water. Why don't we pick up some of this rotten garbage and put this outside? And we'll do the same with our food pile. Again, we found so much food that things are rotting before we can actually do anything with it. Go ahead and drop all this. You know, let's grab some of these rotten bird eggs and take them into the basement. The reason for this is that bird eggs will hatch into chicks after they've rotten. After they've gone rotten, after a while they will hatch into chicks, and then those chicks will, I believe, eventually become full-grown chickens. So we're going to put some down here. That way, when they rot and they hatch, they're captive in this lower area, and we can wait for them to grow up and then harvest them for food or harvest their eggs or whatever. I'm not sure 100% how that works, but that's what I've been told, is that they will rot and then become chickens eventually. So my apologies if that's not actually correct, but that's what I have been told on multiple occasions. So let's drop what we don't need. We'll keep the hacksaw in case we find somewhere we want to break into. Do we want to take a proper gun with us instead of the SIG? Probably. The SIG's pretty big and we don't have a lot of bullets. Actually, we'll take the SIG. Do I want to spend the SIG ammo though? I'd rather just, I think, carry a Glock or Caltech. Are you better? Only carries 7 rounds in the clip. -1 damage versus a Glock. -1 damage but 17 round clip. SIG is 30 rounds, which we have, but it's a rifle. It's a bigger gun. You can carry the SIG handgun. The damage on the 357 is better than the 9mm. Yeah, I'd rather carry this, I think. P30, P320. What is your damage? 32. Let's look at these SIGs side by side, see which one would be better for us. Inventory. You compare items by hitting Shift I, by the way, and then you select the 2 items and it will let you compare them. I don't know if we ever mentioned that. So the P320, they have the same aim speed, so we will aim at the same rate. However, this one has higher recoil, which means that that may be a product of the ammunition it's loaded with. I'm not sure. But this one will reduce our aim less when we fire a round. And then let's look at their damage. Where's their damage? Well, the damage is based on the bullet they're loaded. So they're currently the same, so it doesn't matter. So we'll take the, scroll up, P226. And we'll drop the other one, P226. And then we will try to reload it. Do we have this particular ammunition? Reload. You reload the magazine. Okay, and what we could do is remove the mag from the other one. Oh, you don't have a magazine? Oh, yeah, you do. Unload the... No, step away from the pile. Let's look at this gun. Yeah, you don't have a clip in you. Okay, never mind then. So we don't have an extra SIG clip like I thought we did. My mistake. Still not great at looking at guns. The SIG 552 is not going to have a compatible magazine. Just because it's a SIG doesn't mean it's the same thing. They're not even the same ammunition type. So we have to go with just one magazine. What we could do is carry some loose ammunition in our pockets, which we'll do because it's not like it's huge space or anything. But being able to reload... Why am I carrying a 50 cal in my inventory? When did that happen? Drop the 50 cal. That's going to take up way too much space. The odds of us having to stop and reload the handgun in the middle of combat is very unlikely. We would never do that. So we would only ever reload out of combat. So it's like, is it even worth it to carry that extra ammunition? We're going to try to avoid shooting anyway because we're going to be, you know, in an unexplored area where there could be just dozens and dozens of enemies. We don't want to alert to our position. So it's like, probably will not use the handgun outside of an emergency. We have the spear. Yeah, we're just going to explore a little bit. In the dark, it's hard to tell. But again, I think tonight the moon is very bright. In fact, if we look, the lighting here is bright, so it's possible we may get overexposed. We'll have to just keep an eye on that. That and a motorcycle helmet, those are somewhat valuable, but we have an army helmet, so it doesn't really matter. So let's get up here and get eyes on some things. This is where we broke over to go to the gun shop. Looks like an accident here. Let's check these shell casings. I do see zombies up there. What is this location? This is the hotel. So, used to be that motels were, they're basically empty. There's really nothing there you would want. There's usually a couple vending machines. But a while back, something changed to where every time I find them now, they're boarded up. So I don't know if they're all like that or if that was just a particular one that they set up that is a little too common. So if we look up here, it's not boarded up. It looks like maybe the old one. The vending machines are in here. There is usually it's an okay place to find cars because there's usually cars around. But I don't know if it's worth clearing out all these enemies. Let's check the human corpse. Anytime you see the corpse of a human, this is a pre-spawned corpse. I think if they're an NPC, I believe it says the name of the NPC when they die. So if you find a corpse of a human, this is a pre-spawned item. This is not someone who got killed while you were playing and you failed to save them. It's not like that. It's just a pre-spawned body to add flavor to the world. Why don't we clear out some of these zombies? You'll see she saw me from several tiles away. This is because it's so bright out. Normally zombies have a vision radius of like 3 or 4, and she's able to spot us a little further away than that. We do have to be careful, so we just killed one. They did not have a reaction. Sometimes fighting will generate a fair bit of noise and other enemies will come to join in, so you have to be careful when engaging even in the dark. Smashing also makes noise, so we need to be a little bit cautious. And we are getting horde music. Again, you probably can't hear that because I turned my sound way down. You'll see he saw me all the way over here. So we do need to be a little... He lost me. We do need to be a little careful as we do this, but clear out the horde. And of course, clearing out a horde is really tedious. So, what can we... so, I've been taking my break from YouTube, backing off my recording schedule. It's mostly going fine. I'm basically out of footage for this series, so I thought today would be a good day to make that up a little bit, record at least 3 or 4 episodes. But I've been taking a big break. I haven't been working on YouTube at all. I did record The Escaper, which is the new escape room game that came out like a week ago, and was really excited. And then it turns out I lost all 5 episodes of that. It all just lost every bit of footage. Just a horde of puppers out here, huh? Don't really want to deal with you. But they could cause us problems if they all come at us at once. So we kind of would like to pick them off while they're not really a threat. So I lost every single bit of footage for The Escaper. And it's an escape room game, so it's like I now know all the puzzles. So it's not like I can re-record it because I know all the answers now. So it's like just gone. You know, I lost that footage. There's nothing I can do about that. And it sucks because it was a new game and people really like new games do well on the channel because new games are like stuff people have never seen before. And, you know, more people Google it when it comes out and they're like, hey, I don't know how this game works. Or like I figured for an escape room, it's something where people would Google it because they would get stuck. And I came through it pretty okay. I got a little stuck at one point. There's a globe and it said basically you had to locate Egypt. And I actually thought Egypt was on the west coast of that area. I more or less got it. I mean, I did get it just through moving around a little bit. But like, it took me a minute and I was a little embarrassed. So here are the vending machines. These will have food in them. Normally, with the beverage ones, I'll grab the perishable beverages like the juices. I will also grab tea out of here because tea is good for your health. OJ, same thing. Basically, I'm just working on the principle that juice is good for you. I don't know if that's actually true in Cataclysm. I know tea is good for you, but I don't know about the orange juice or the cranberry juice, but I usually pick them up for that reason. Everything else I leave behind. I really don't want to fill my inventory with bottles of soda and stuff that I don't care about. if I'm struggling for water, like if when I first started playing the game and I didn't know how water worked enough, and there wasn't like nowadays it's very easy to get water. Several years ago it was a lot harder because there weren't puddles of water everywhere, so it's kind of hard to find clean water. I would pick them up then, but if you're playing on current experimental, there's no reason to pick up clean water. It's very easy to get water. And then in the food vending machines, I generally pick up meat products. So I'll pick up meat jerky. The other one I look for is the pork sticks, which none of them are here. And then I will pick up fruit leather on occasion because fruit leather has a really long spoilage timer. I pick up the meat products because of their calorie content. I pick up the fruit leather because it's not very perishable. Sometimes I will pick up nuts for the same reason. They're not very perishable. Nuts have fat in them, so they have a decent amount of calories. So we go ahead and pick up the cashews. But that's really it. Plus, I like cashews. Cashews are the best nut. Fight me, internet. And don't even start with me about almonds. Almonds are not good nuts. I don't know why people love almonds so much. They put them in everything, and they're terrible. They have that weird skin. I saw something darting around over here, which is concerning. Oh, that's right. That's why I liked motels when I first started playing. It's because they had pools, which were a very available source of water. Please stop smashing and come fight me. Almonds are terrible. I mean, I like almonds as well, but they're not the superior nut. The best nut is actually the walnut, now that I'm talking about it. The problem is walnuts, because of their shell situation, are the most expensive nut because it costs a lot to deshell them. So if you buy trail mix or something and it says there's walnuts, usually what that means is that there's a tiny piece of one walnut and there's 600 peanuts and a handful of almonds. So walnuts are the best nut. And then followed up by cashews. Chocolate-covered cashews are the best. Grab all this stuff. Yes, I lost the Escaper, which was like a real kick in the, kick in the old testicles. Because, I was excited about playing that. And I actually really liked playing the escape room type game. So that's not going to go up on the channel, unfortunately. Let's check the roof here. Climb south. I guess we should probably do an episode where we talk about, well, we'll just do it now. So these downspouts, if we examine climb down, you may have problems climbing back up. Yes. So these downspouts function as ladders. You can tell this in this particular tile set because there is an up arrow indicating that you can climb on it. Now these are a little finicky. I've messed up before and fallen down and taken a lot of damage. If you examine the tile, no. If you go to the tile and press the less than symbol, which is what you use to climb stairs, it will prompt you on where you want to climb. Now climbing doesn't matter. It will always put you on the roof. But I try to, this is a gutter drop. I try to descend this same tile. Step back. Step back. Can I climb down using this? You can't. So in order to climb down, we examine the ledge and we will go to climb down. Let me try over here. It always gives you the same option. I always try to climb down the same place that I climbed up. That way I know the spout is there, but I don't know. And then depending on the height of the drop, it may say something like you might get hurt or something like that. Do not do that because falling in this game deals an enormous amount of damage. So be careful when you're climbing up and down spouts. I don't do this often enough to be able to tell you exactly how to do it safely. So unfortunately, that's the best I can do for that. Also worth noting, zombies can't drown. So if this zombie were to see us, she would dive in the water and we might think, oh, she's dead or she's gone. No, she will continue walking until she reaches the other side of this water. So if you ever see enemies on the opposite side of a river and they spotted you, they will eventually show up. They will walk across the bottom of the water, essentially. So we cleared out this motel really for no reason other than because I wanted to look in the vending machines. These rooms do have stuff in them. Hoodies. Oh, this is a raincoat. Well, thought it was a hoodie. They do have random stuff in them. I don't think anything ever spawns in the bathrooms, so I don't know that it's worth checking every bathroom. There's another horde in there. I don't really feel like dealing with you. Well, they're all out in the open now. Let's try to do them one at a time. You'll see they're following our scent and sound because they did exactly what we did. They walked out here, then they began to circle back around. So they are tracking us, unfortunately. Let's disengage far enough away to where they might trickle at us one at a time We really don't want them as a horde to bump into us. You'll see again they're following our scent trail very obviously here. It's a great illustration of how the scent trail works. Don't know why I waited for you to grab me before I started attacking. Pretty dumb. Tough zombie is the scariest thing. They're going to deal the most damage when they hit us. Child zombies are annoying because they can be difficult to hit. Everything else is pretty much just meat for the grinder, as you would say. Go ahead and kill some of these. And again, with the steel spear, we're not in a lot of danger here. It's just a little annoying to have such a big horde descend upon you, essentially, and track you very efficiently. Obviously, they tracked us very well, which is fine. The game absolutely needs something like a scent trail, otherwise it would be that much easier to circumvent the zombies. Just a little time consuming clearing out these hordes. Yeah, so the escaper fell through, so I ended up playing The Room, which is a puzzle box game. Ooh, our first firefighter zombie. Is a puzzle box game. Got several, I think 5 episodes out of that as well. That should be going up on the channel probably this week because I'm out of footage for my other games that I was playing. Smash. Firefighter zombies. So firefighter gear is some of the best gear that you can get in the early game. It functionally is armor. So if we go to oh, you don't have much on you. Okay. The turnout coat is an excellent starter torso item. Problem is, as far as I know, turnout coats are always oversized, so they don't fit ever. I don't think I've ever seen one that fits. It may just be that I've just RNG'd and never found one that fit, but I don't think I have ever, in all of the 2+ years I've been playing, I don't think I've ever found a turnout coat that fits. So that the encumbrance is concerning. But the protection is absolutely great if you're just starting the game. Now, we have the vest on, which is 10 times better than this. Obviously, is enormous protection. The benefit here is that this actually covers the arms. Now, additionally, this is in pretty good condition. This is in almost full health. So I'm tempted to take this and just lose my vest and start wearing this instead. The encumbrance is where it really kills me. It's just too encumbering. I can't bring myself to have 30 torso encumbrance from one single item, right? Because if we're currently, we're at 22, and that's with a partially filled inventory and a very high protection vest. So even though this would be great protection for our arms, I'm not going to wear that much encumbrance. Now, the trousers actually fit and are at 20 encumbrance. These would be, if they were fully repaired, a little bit better than the motorcycle pants, I think, or at least on par with the motorcycle pants. So if we had not found the motorcycle pants, these would be something we would be interested in trying to repair. Problem also is that these require a pretty hefty tailoring skill in order to really work with them. So, and they require Nomex, which is a rare material that only really I can ever find on these guys. I think there are Nomex like wetsuits in the game, but mostly you will find them from firefighter gear. So even though this is good stuff, we're not really interested in any of it. Safety glasses are useful for if you're crafting your own welding goggles, so definitely pick those up if you have not been able to find welding goggles, because when you go to craft them, you'll require some kind of main goggle, safety goggle, ski goggle, or swim goggle, then the tinted glass from sunglasses that we talked about, and then tape, which is not a big deal. Additionally, there are fire trucks in the game, and the fire trucks, which I don't think we've seen any, or I would have pointed them out. They're just trucks, but they're filled with firefighter gear that is clean and usually repaired, unless someone has been driving. 90% of the time, it's fully repaired firefighter gear, and they're clean, so you don't have to go through cleaning off the filthiness. So usually that's where you would go if you were looking for firefighter gear. Let's clear out this zombie. It looks like she came through the swimming pool. What was I talking about? Yeah, so played The Room, which was a fun puzzle game. I did get a little frustrated towards the end, just because I was getting frustrated with people at my house. And that spilled over a little bit, which is the whole point of taking a break, is to be, oh, there's someone in the darkness over there, unfortunately, because we're light blindness. When we walk inside, we can't see there for some reason. So it looks like it was a leather duster, eh? Leather duster's pretty good when it's repaired. Very warm, but okay. They're not very encumbering. So you'll see it's only 8 encumbrance. When it's fully repaired, I think it gives 6 and 6 protection. That would apply to our arms and our legs. So this is like a pretty good outer layer. So we're going to take this. I don't think we're going to do anything with it. Weird that it's on a zombie child, but, you know, whatever. Fashion is fashion, I guess. And yeah, there's really nothing in these motel rooms. There's no reason for us to... Why am I even clearing these out? We should just move on. Our goal was to move up. Oh man, it revealed quite a lot to us. Interestingly, really nothing that I care about. What is this? A head shop, of course it is. Public space, bus station, yeah, nothing. Not a single building revealed that I actually care about. Disappointing. Really disappointing. I mean, we could hit the clothing store. Might have like some nice trench coats or something. Man, this town sucks. Man, that's real disappointing. We could head over to the pizza parlor. It'll have a lot of high-calorie foods in it. Perishable foods, as well as flour and stuff that I like to pick up, because flour is shelf-stable. And, man, there's a lot of you, though, huh? Soldier zombie. Would be a good place to pick up some bullets, because it probably has an M4 on it. Don't really want... Are you a boomer or a gas guy? You're a boomer. So if you don't know, boomers are... so think of Left 4 Dead. They will puke on you, and they explode when you kill them. So the problem here is that if we explode it, it will make a lot of noise, which will draw these nearby enemies. If it vomits on you, there's a 1 in like 500 chance that you'll get nauseous, which will make you throw up, and you won't be able to eat food because it'll be off-putting. And then there's an upgraded version of the boomer that does all that stuff, but it's it makes it more likely that you'll get nauseous when it vomits on you. That has a higher chance. I don't know what the number is for that one. And if it boomers you, you will be lit up, which will reveal you to all enemies nearby. So you really want to avoid huge boomers. This one is not a huge boomer. It's a regular boomer. I don't really want to kill you first. I would prefer to kill you later. So if we could just swipe around to this side and start revealing ourselves and hunting some of these stragglers. We moved through that slow terrain there, which let him catch up to us really quickly. So we need to be a little careful about that as we move through the bushes. But let's put down a tough zombie. Are we in pain? We're in minimal pain. Not enough to be significantly affecting our speed. 9mm, 50 rounds of 9mm is fine. We've already decided we're going to kind of roll with the 357, I think, because it's better. But so if we lure him through the bushes, he will be considerably slower moving than if he were on flat ground. Keep grabbing cash cards. We'll take another refillable lighter. Nope. Oh, and the raspberry bushes are here, so they will... Oh, it's just this one. So they'll deal damage if we pull enemies through that. Step up, see if we can grab some more attention here. Yeah, I played The Room. It's a puzzle box game. That should be on the channel this week since the Escaper fell through. And then 2 days ago, One Step from Eden came out, which is a roguelite that I've been looking forward to for a long time. So I picked that up, even though I don't really have money to spend right now. It was like $15, I think. I think it's $17 normally, and it's like $2 cheaper because it's the first week it was released. So I picked that up. Probably going to be playing that on the channel. It's one of those mind flood games. Like, you really kind of have to be way smarter than me to do that effectively. So I'm a little concerned about that. But we're going to try playing that because it's a game I was really looking forward to. I really love anime games. I really love roguelites. And because Isaac is so frustrating to me, I think it was time to move on to a different roguelite. He's far enough. He boomered on us. I forgot to mention it also partially blinds you. If you are wearing... no, it still blinds you. I was going to say if you're wearing goggles, it would not blind you, but that's incorrect because if you think about it, if I threw mud on your face and you were blind, okay. If you were wearing glasses and I threw mud on your face, you're still blind. It would just cover the glasses. So I don't think there's anything you can do to prevent that. What you can do is activate a towel, I believe, will allow you to clear your face, but we don't have a towel. So let's just back up until we get our vision back. That way we're not in danger. They can drop a lot of stuff, by the way. They will drop one single item when you kill them, and it will be where their corpse should have been, but because they explode, they don't leave a corpse. This item can be a lot of good things. They have access to the plumbing tools item group, so they can drop things like pliers, which can be pretty useful if you haven't. They can drop tools that are important, basically, hacksaws, things like that. So if you're C1, you might as well kill it if you're looking for tools, because you never know, you might get the one thing you were looking for. Let's why was I even coming up here? Oh, I wanted to kill the soldier zombie. Yeah, we have a good enough spear that we can do this. I would rather shoot him, but we'll use the spear. 5 damage. Yeah, not a lot. It's going to take us 15 or 20 hits to kill him at this particular rate of damage. But again, the spear obviously is free, whereas shooting the bullets costs us bullets, and it alerts enemies in the nearby area. The only benefit of using a firearm really is the stamina. And, well, I mean, obviously you not being near the enemy protects you from damage. But the main thing that I think of is, like, my stamina management. If I can kill you with my melee weapon without being in danger, I will do that. But if if you're in a horde, let's say, and we saw a shocker we don't want to get close to, or like even something simple, like let's say we wanted to kill the soldier zombie, but he's surrounded by 15 other zombies. I don't want to go over there and try to melee you. I want to shoot you, kill you, lure the other ones away, and then double back and pick up your stuff. I'm not going to go in to try to melee you. In this case, we had such a small horde, I thought, well, we could just pull them one at a time and fight them in melee. But that's something to be aware of. This dropped in IAR, the M27, so 90% of the time when they drop a gun, it will be a 223 weapon, which in this game, 5.56, 223 are interchangeable, which in real life, I think there is a small difference. That means a 223 rifle might not be able to use 5.56, but I don't know guns, and that's just what I've been told. So in Cataclysm, they are completely interchangeable. So if we unload this, we can put 5.56 in it. I keep mentioning 5.56. That's because that is the most common ammunition once you start clearing labs. But he has a 9-round Stanag magazine, which we can slot into our 5.56 rifle we have back at base. So we will take his... You know what? We'll just take the whole gun. Normally I wouldn't. We have 2 grenades. Grenades are very, very powerful, particularly against unarmored enemies, so basic zombies and things. So we'll take that. We already have an entrenching tool, but it never hurts to have another. And we have 2 MREs. MREs have something like 1,500 calories per package, so it's a good non-perishable source of calories. Molly pack, helmet liner would be nice. Helmet liner is just a tiny bit of extra protection that you can wear with your helmet. I'll take it. It's not worth taking, really. If you have one, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But we'll take it. Get our stamina back. Actually, we should call the episode. Yeah, we should call the episode. Okay, so for now, thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something about the game, although I didn't really demonstrate anything in this episode. And I'll be back with more Cataclysm tutorial content in the near future. For now, it's going to do it. See you next time.